Changing your life is like making a cake. A lot of people are out here telling you these are the ingredients, make the cake, this is what it's supposed to look like. And it makes sense that you are still confused because even though you really want to make the cake, the mental math isn't working out for you. And that's because no matter how much somebody tells you, talk nice to yourself because that's going to matter in the future. That's not enough information for a lot of people, and this is why. Your mind is capable of processing 11 million pieces of information a second. However, you consciously, the part that most of us have control over on a daily basis, where we focus our attention and our awareness at any given moment, that part can only process about 40 to 50 pieces of information a second. The rest of that information, all of those bits of information are processed by your unconscious. Your unconscious is what sends you feelings, is what sends you information, is what sends you thoughts on how to survive on a daily basis. Now, this is where the disconnect happens for a lot of people between having the ingredients to make the cake and actually getting to that end result of the cake that you want and the flavor that you want to enjoy. Because you consciously know that you want to change, that you want to have a better life, that you don't want stress, that you don't want toxic relationships, etc., etc. But unconsciously, your mind is the one sending you information on how to survive, and accessing that massive bank of information that is back there is very difficult. It's like knowing where you want to drive to, but having a Ferrari in the garage that you can't get into, you have no access to, and so you can't steer it anywhere. This is why your relationship with your mind is so important, because those 40 to 50 pieces of information that you can consciously impact every single second matter in how they can maneuver that Ferrari, right? The quality of the ingredients. This is why people tell you to speak kindly to yourself, because if you are constantly being mean to yourself, if you're constantly criticizing yourself, you are only using those 40 to 50 pieces of information to fuel up that Ferrari with really bad fuel, which is why you keep cycling back to negative thoughts, to toxic people, to never being able to say no, right? To live the life that others want you to live and not the life that you want to live. So in order for you to start changing your life, in order for you to start impacting that unconscious and steering the wheel in that Ferrari, you have got to learn to use those 40 to 50 pieces of information that you can consciously impact every single second in a very conscious, aware, and impactful manner. Consistency is key. Let me give you a little bit of perspective. These things don't happen overnight. Change doesn't happen overnight because where you are now didn't happen overnight. The feelings that you don't like, the thoughts that you would like to change and get rid of, the behaviors you wish you didn't partake in, the toxic relationships, the people pleasing, the not standing up for yourself, the not living the life that you want, all the things that are present for you now were informed. Your mind accumulated that information and it feeds it to you to survive on a daily basis because it accumulated so many millions and millions and infinite pieces of information throughout the course of your life. It built the information that it feeds you today. The thing is, your mind doesn't think for itself like you can think for it. The changes that you can make consciously, it is not doing that. You do that. That is why those 40 to 50 pieces of information can be so impactful. When you stay consistent, when you act accordingly, when you are aware, when you are doing it intentionally and in a healthy way, in the direction of the feelings, thoughts, and behaviors that you actually want to partake in, second after second after second after second, those 40 to 50 pieces of information truly accumulate into change. And in time, if you are consistent, the course of your life will change. Trust yourself.